Assalamu alaikum. Viewers, my name is Muhammad Shabir, student of Rehan AI Institute, batch number 23, teaching training course. As you know that every day we come with a new topic, and today my topic is personal brand. We will talk with Claude. Uh, Hello, Claude.
Hey there, Shabir. How's it going? What can I help you with today?
Okay, today my topic is how to build personal brand online. And can you tell me about what is personal brand and why is it important online?
Right. So, personal branding is essentially how you present yourself and your expertise to the world online. Think of it as your professional reputation built through your content, interactions, and presence on platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, or your own website. It's important because it helps you stand out from the crowd, builds trust with people in your field, and can open doors for opportunities like jobs, collaborations, or clients who specifically seek you out based on your reputation rather than just a generic resume.
Okay, my next question, how can a strong personal brand help you career growth?
Great question. A strong personal brand acts like a magnet for opportunities. When you're known for something specific, whether that's expertise, creativity, or insight, people naturally come to you rather than you having to chase them. That translates to faster career growth, easier networking, better job prospects, and the ability to attract clients or collaborators who already value what you do, which means less time selling yourself and more time actually growing.
Amazing. What are the key elements of a successful online personal brand?
Ah, good one. The main things you'd want are clarity on what you're actually known for, your niche or expertise, then consistency across how you present yourself, quality content that demonstrates that expertise, genuine engagement with your audience rather than just broadcasting, and authenticity so people actually connect with you as a real person rather than a polished persona. Those tend to be the foundations that make a personal brand stick.
Helping. Why is authenticity important in personal branding?
So authenticity matters because people can spot fakeness a mile away and it erodes trust instantly. When you're genuinely yourself, sharing real struggles, honest perspectives, and your actual values, people connect with you on a human level rather than just seeing another polished profile. That deeper connection is what turns casual followers into loyal supporters who actually care about what you're doing.
Okay, can you explain how do you identify your personal strengths for branding?
Sure, the best way is to look at what people already come to you for. What do colleagues ask your advice on? Or what do you do that gets genuine compliments? You can also think about what you're naturally good at versus what you have to force, and what actually energizes you versus drains you. Combining those three things, what you're skilled at, what others recognize in you, and what you genuinely enjoy, that's where your authentic brand strengths usually live.
Okay, next question. What role does consistency play in online branding?
Consistency is absolutely crucial because it's what builds recognition and trust over time. When you show up regularly with the same quality, voice, and values across all your platforms, people start to know what to expect from you. They recognize you instantly and feel confident recommending you to others. Without consistency, you just blend into the noise and people forget about you between interactions.
Okay, next question. How can social media improve your personal brand?
Social media is basically your megaphone. It lets you share your expertise and personality directly to people without gatekeepers, build a community around your interests, and stay visible consistently without much effort. Plus, you get real-time feedback through comments and engagement, which helps you refine your message, and algorithms can amplify your best content to reach people you'd never otherwise connect with.
Good. Which platforms are best for building a professional image online?
It really depends on your field, but LinkedIn is the go-to for most professionals since it's explicitly career-focused and taken seriously by employers and clients. Twitter or X is brilliant if you're in tech, media, or commentary fields where you want to share quick insights and join conversations. Then there's YouTube or a blog if you create longer form content, and Instagram or TikTok if your brand is more creative or visual. Honestly, pick one or two where your actual audience hangs out rather than trying to be everywhere.
Mm. If you talk about target audience, how do you define your target audience online?
Good question. You start by getting specific about who actually benefits from what you offer. Not just everyone, but think about their job title, industry, challenges, and what they're trying to achieve. Then you look at where those people spend time online, what content they engage with, and what problems keep them up at night. The clearer you are about who you're actually speaking to, the easier it is to create content that resonates, rather than just shouting into the void hoping someone listens.
Okay. In your opinion, why is having a unique voice important in branding?
Because honestly, there's already someone doing what you do, so your unique voice is what makes you memorable and different. When you have a distinct perspective, way of communicating, or angle on your topic, people choose you over the alternatives. Plus, it makes the work feel less exhausting because you're not constantly trying to be someone else. You're just being yourself, which is far more sustainable and authentic long term.
Okay. How can storytelling strengthen your personal brand?
Stories are incredibly powerful because they stick in people's minds way better than facts or credentials ever do. When you share your journey, the struggles you've overcome, lessons you've learned, or how you solved a problem, people don't just understand your expertise, they emotionally connect with you and see themselves in your story. That makes your brand memorable and relatable, which turns casual observers into genuinely invested followers who want to see you succeed.
Hmm. What type of content helps build credibility online?
The content that builds real credibility is stuff that actually helps people solve problems or learn something, whether that's detailed how-to guides, honest case studies showing your work, educational breakdowns of complex topics, or sharing genuine insights from your experience. You also build credibility by being transparent about what you don't know, admitting mistakes, and engaging thoughtfully with others rather than just broadcasting. Basically, content that proves you know your stuff and genuinely care about adding value, not just getting attention.
As you have talked early about the LinkedIn profile, so can you tell what are benefits of creating a professional LinkedIn profile?
Absolutely. LinkedIn is where recruiters and clients actively search for talent. So having a strong profile means opportunities literally find you instead of you chasing them. It also gives you credibility through recommendations and endorsements from colleagues, lets you network with industry professionals easily, and gives you a central hub to showcase your experience and expertise that's way more detailed than a resume can be.
How can you engage with your audience effectively?
I think you might mean your audience rather than audios. So to engage effectively, you want to actually respond to comments and messages rather than just posting and disappearing. Ask questions that prompt people to share their thoughts, create content based on what they're asking about, and show genuine interest in what they're doing too. It's a two-way conversation, not a broadcast. The more you engage authentically with them, the more loyal and invested they become in following your journey.
Okay. What mistakes should people avoid in personal branding?
Good question. The big ones are trying to be everything to everyone instead of picking a clear niche, being inconsistent so people can't figure out what you're about, oversharing personal stuff that doesn't add value and just seems unprofessional, and chasing trends desperately instead of staying true to your actual expertise. Also avoid being purely self-promotional without giving anything back. People can smell desperation, and it kills trust instantly.
Your question, your answer of my question are really amazing. So my next question, how can hashtag help grow your online reach?
Thanks, Shabir. Hashtags basically act as discovery tools. When you use relevant ones, your content shows up when people search or follow those tags, which means you reach way beyond just your current followers. The key is using a mix of popular hashtags that lots of people search, and niche ones specific to your expertise, so you're visible to both broad audiences and the people who are specifically hunting for what you do. Done right, hashtags can dramatically expand your reach without any extra effort.
Okay, what's the importance of profile picture and visual in branding?
Your profile picture is often the first thing someone sees, so it needs to reflect your brand instantly, whether that's professional, creative, approachable, or whatever fits your niche. People make snap judgments, so a clear, quality headshot where you look like yourself matters far more than trying to look perfect or overly polished. Beyond that, consistent visual style, colors, fonts, image aesthetics, across your content makes you instantly recognizable and reinforces your brand identity without people even thinking about it.
Okay, what role do blogs play in personal branding?
Blogs are brilliant because they let you go deep on topics in a way social media can't, which establishes you as a serious expert rather than just someone sharing quick takes. They also rank in search engines, so people find you organically when they're looking for answers to specific problems, and they give you a permanent home for your ideas that you actually own, unlike social platforms where the algorithm can change overnight. Plus, every blog post is basically evergreen content working for you long after you publish it.
Okay. How can video content improve your personal image online?
Video is massively powerful because people connect with faces and voices way more than text alone. It builds familiarity and trust faster. Whether it's short clips explaining something, longer tutorials, or even casual behind-the-scenes content, video makes you feel more real and approachable than a profile picture ever could. Plus, algorithms favor video heavily on most platforms, so you'll actually get more visibility, and people are simply more likely to remember you after watching you than reading about you.
Okay. In your opinion, how can students start building a personal brand early?
Honestly, students have a massive advantage because they can start building their brand before they even enter the job market. I'd say pick something you're genuinely interested in, whether that's a skill, a subject, or a perspective, and start sharing what you're learning publicly, even if it feels small. Follow industry leaders, engage thoughtfully in conversations, contribute to projects or communities related to your interests, and document your journey. By the time you graduate, you'll have a track record that makes you stand out way more than a blank resume ever could.
Okay. What skills are useful for managing an online brand?
You'd want strong communication skills so you can articulate your ideas clearly across different formats, some basic writing and storytelling ability, since content is core to branding, consistency, and discipline to show up regularly, and genuine curiosity about your audience so you can create things they actually care about. Beyond that, learning a bit about analytics helps you understand what's working. Basic design sense makes your visuals cohesive, and authenticity, which isn't really a skill but an attitude, ties everything together and makes people want to follow you.
Okay. How can you use Instagram for personal branding?
Instagram works brilliantly for personal branding if your expertise is visual or creative. photography, design, fitness, fashion, that sort of thing. You can build a recognizable aesthetic through consistent filters and colors. Use captions to share insights and stories behind your images. Leverage Reels for short educational content that gets algorithmic boost, and engage through stories to feel more personal and accessible. The key is making your feed tell a cohesive story about who you are rather than just random pretty pictures.
Okay. What role does Twitter or X play in personal branding?
Twitter is fantastic for establishing yourself as a thought leader because it's all about sharing quick insights, perspectives, and joining real-time conversations in your field. You can build credibility by consistently sharing valuable takes, engaging with others' ideas, and positioning yourself as someone who thinks deeply about your niche. It's also great for networking, since industry leaders actually hang out there and notice thoughtful commenters, so you can build relationships and visibility way faster than on other platforms.
Okay. How can YouTube help establishing authority in a niche?
YouTube is powerful for authority because long-form video lets you demonstrate real expertise. You can do tutorials, breakdowns, case studies, or deep dives that prove you actually know your stuff, not just surface-level knowledge. People subscribe to channels because they trust the creator. So you build a loyal audience that follows you across platforms, and the algorithm rewards consistency, so your older videos keep bringing in new viewers months or years later. Plus, video is the most engaging format, so people remember you and your expertise way better than if you'd just written about it.
Okay. Why is audience trust important in branding?
Trust is honestly everything in personal branding, because without it, people won't follow your recommendations, hire you, buy from you, or stick around long term. When people trust you, they're forgiving of mistakes, they recommend you to others, and they actually listen to what you say rather than scrolling past. Building trust takes time through consistency, authenticity, and genuinely delivering value. But once you have it, it becomes your biggest asset because loyalty beats attention every single time.
Hmm. How can you maintain professionalism online?
Sorry, Shabir, I didn't quite catch that one. Could you rephrase that for me? What were you asking about?
I am asking about professionalism online. How can you maintain professionalism online?
Right. So maintaining professionalism online means being thoughtful about what you share, avoiding oversharing personal drama, keeping your tone respectful even when disagreeing with people, and thinking before you post since everything's permanent. It's also about showing up consistently, meeting deadlines if you're collaborating, responding to messages professionally, and keeping your content aligned with your brand, rather than posting random stuff that contradicts your image. Basically, treat your online presence like your professional reputation depends on it, because it absolutely does.
Hmm. What is importance of digital footprints?
Your digital footprint is basically everything you've ever posted, commented on, or been tagged in online. And it matters because employers, clients, and people considering working with you will Google you and make judgments based on what they find. The more intentional and positive your footprint, the better first impression you make. So it's worth regularly checking what's out there about you and being mindful about what you're adding to it going forward. Essentially, your digital footprint is your reputation in permanent record form.
Okay, okay. How can testimonials improve your personal brand?
I think you're asking how monetization can improve your personal brand. So once you've built genuine authority and trust, monetization options like sponsorships, consulting, courses, or products actually validate your expertise and give you resources to invest back into better content. It also means you can focus full time on your brand rather than squeezing it in around other work, which naturally makes everything higher quality and more consistent. Just be careful not to compromise your authenticity chasing money, because that's what kills brands faster than anything.
Okay, why should you choose a specific niche for branding?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by English file branding. Could you clarify that for me? Are you asking about writing in proper English or something specific to your branding approach?
How can collaboration with others increase visibility?
Collaborations are brilliant because you're essentially tapping into someone else's audience. When you partner with another creator or brand in your space, their followers discover you and vice versa. You can do guest posts, joint videos, interviews, or co-created content that combines your expertise, which gives both of you credibility boost and reaches way more people than either of you could alone. It also feels less self-promotional since you're adding genuine value together rather than just selling yourself.
Okay, how can SEO help build your personal brand?
SEO basically makes sure people actually find you when they're searching for topics related to your expertise. So optimizing your blog posts, profile descriptions, and content with relevant keywords means you show up in search results instead of getting buried. That drives steady organic traffic to your work without relying on algorithms changing or paying for ads. And it positions you as an authority since you're showing up at the top when people are actively looking for answers. It's like having your brand work for you 24/7 in the background.
Okay, so can you tell me what is originality important in creating online content?
Originality matters because there's endless content out there. So if you're just regurgitating what everyone else is saying, you blend into the noise and no one remembers you. When you bring your unique perspective, angle, or experience to a topic, people actually want to listen to you instead of the dozen other people covering the same thing. Plus, original content builds your reputation as a real thinker rather than just a copycat, which is what genuine authority is built on.
Okay, why should you stay active and updated online?
Staying active and updated keeps you visible and relevant in your audience's minds. If you disappear for months, people forget about you and move on to other creators. Plus, industries and trends shift constantly. So staying current with what's happening in your field shows you're engaged and knowledgeable rather than outdated. Regular activity also signals to algorithms that your account is alive, so your content gets better reach and you build momentum instead of losing the audience you've worked hard to gather.
Okay, I hope you will learn many things from this discussion. We will meet with the next topic and next day. Okay, keep in your prayers. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.